breaking news update that's now coming in. It's the Chief Minister of Karnataka who has filed a petition in the High Court of Karnataka which challenges the governor's order. Deepak, get us the latest on that. Then we'll also be joined by our colleague from the newsroom, Pratibha, who has a copy of that petition. But take us through the latest.
Well, we should understand that as far as the Congress is concerned, they have been preparing legally for this for quite some time. They have prepared a legal team even before this petition, of course, was supposed to be filed, because they believe that this is a possibility. Now, Abhishek Manu Singhvi, Kapil Sibal, all of them, of course, have given their pieces of advice as to how they should proceed with this legally. Today, we've been told that in all likelihood, it would be Abhishek Manu Singhvi who will be, of course, arguing on behalf of Mr. Siddaramaiah. We've, of course, accessed that petition that is going to be, of course, presented in the court this afternoon at about 2:30. The matter is expected to come up where they will argue on various aspects as to why the sanction given is not right and it should not. And they're hoping that the courts will give an order in favor of Siddaramaiah against the sanction that has been granted. What the sanction essentially means is that the police can begin investigation. An FIR can be registered and they can start to question him. Now, they will, of course, challenge the validity of this sanction in the Karnataka High Court, and they've already prepared to even move the Supreme Court in case things do not go their way in the Karnataka High Court. So it's an elaborate plan. We should note that the legal advisor to the Chief Minister is A.S. Poddanna, who's a Congress MLA from Kodagu. He too, of course, has been working on the same for quite a few days, and now all of it boiling down to what will happen in the Karnataka High Court this afternoon.
Yes, so the political fight is playing out on the streets with both the BJP and the Congress taking to the streets in protest. One side is accusing the other side of corruption. The other side is calling this an attempt to destabilize an elected government in the state of Karnataka. Let's go to Pratibha, who has accessed the copy of the petition. And Pratibha, take us through the operative parts.
Yes, Sagarika, this petition copy has been accessed by our colleague Neha Hebbale, and this is what Siddaramaiah argues. Remember, the Congress government had said that they will not just take it up politically, but legally as well. So in the petition, the Chief Minister in his petition goes on to say the Council of Ministers, having deliberated on the facts and legal provisions of the application filed by the respondent, has unequivocally recommended that the governor should not grant sanction for prosecution against the petitioner, the Honorable Chief Minister of Karnataka. The recommendation is grounded in a thorough analysis of both the factual matrix and applicable law, including relevant constitutional provisions. After a comprehensive discussion on the legal, factual and procedural aspects of the matter, the Council of Ministers has unanimously resolved that the governor should reject the application for sanction submitted. The reasons for this recommendation are manifold and are rooted in the established principles of law and the constitutional framework governing the powers and duties of the governor. Then it goes on to say the allegations made by the respondents do not establish a prima facie case against the petitioner that would warrant a grant of sanction for prosecution. The factual matrix, as detailed above, demonstrates that the entire case is built on baseless accusations without any substantive evidence to support the charges. So going on to say that the accusations against the Chief Minister are absolutely baseless, and also questioning the powers and duties of the governor after he gave his go-ahead.